October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and our next guest invented a unique card that promotes breast health awareness. Now, Joan Charbonneau is the CEO of Verite Incorporated. Now, Joan, how did you come up with this breast card?
Well, I was working with some nurses, oncology nurses. A friend of mine was breast cancer and getting treatments, and I had a ton of questions for her, and she had suggested that I go to the treatment center with her for one of her treatments. So I went and just kind of started asking the nurses all these types of questions. And this was about 15 years ago, the thing that really blew me away, which is common sense now, but the earlier you detect and find a lump or find any breast cancer, the stronger rate of survival is, like 95%. And the nurses said that the biggest challenge that they had was there weren't any really great tools out there at the time to show women how to do a proper self-exam. So if we could teach women how to do a self-exam each month, then there'd be a higher rate of finding the lumps earlier, which would then lead to
saving lives.
Exactly.
Which is what we want. Okay, now I have to be honest with you. This was sitting on our desk for a couple weeks, and people walk by and they're like, what is that? What is going on? Why do they have a breast on your desk? But once you say what the point is that you actually can feel what a lump feels like.
Right.
And there's something about touching, experiencing that, knowing what to look for. You can describe it, but when you actually can go in there and you can feel, oh,
right,
you know, that makes sense. And even the men who, and of course breast cancer affects men as well,
exactly,
we're like, you know, they heard snicker, snicker, but when you actually can look for it and feel, this is what I'm looking for, it's amazing how it sinks in. Is that what you wanted?
It is what we want, and it actually promotes just the conversation. It promotes breast health in general, because it's so important for us to get our annual mammograms as well, and if that's a home run, if we can just at least get women to do their annual mammograms. But the reality is, at the age of 18, we should start self-examining. Because the better we know our own bodies, then we're going to know each month if there's a slight change, if there's a slight difference. You might not feel a lump, but you know something's different, and that's when you should go to your healthcare provider and say, this isn't right, there's something different here.
Take charge of your health. Be an active participant in your health.
Exactly, exactly. We have to take our health in our own hands. And, you know, as women, we kind of are guilty of not doing that. And this is a simple step. It's a very simple step done once a month.
Okay, show us how the card works really quick.
So there are 3 lumps embedded deep inside of this card. And on the back of the card, it shows you the proper methods of what you should do. The reality is that we think of our breast as just the breast. And you need to actually go all the way up underneath the arm, up all the way to the collarbone. And these instructions on the back show you how to do that. So you do a circular motion, and then you go through and you go up and down through the card like that, and you'll feel the 3 different lumps.
And some of them actually they feel different.
They do.
Did you intentionally do that?
We did, because, and not all lumps are going to feel like this either. Some lumps will feel differently than this. This is just to give you an idea. Some are way close to the bone itself, so you have to press a lot deeper. Larger chested women would have to do it slightly different, which is noted on the card as well. So it's about really knowing yourself and talking to our doctors, talking to the nurses.
Now, where can folks find this great tool?
Well, we have a website, womensbreasthealth.com, that you can go, and actually we have an opportunity where you can get a free breast card there. But womensbreasthealth.com is where you could go and find out more information. It's a website that we created to kind of encourage the conversation.
Well, I think it's a fantastic, anything to promote women's health and make them more aware, and like you said, just be an active participant in your own health.
It's so important, it's so key. And for us, we'd like to see these everywhere. We want them in every clinic. We want them for the uninsured and women of all different diversities. It would be a great opportunity.